Hi everyone! Today we are continuing to talk about Photoshop filters and learn how to use some of them in textile design. So let's start our lesson number 26. If you have a second, please subscribe to my channel. Last time we learned how to apply the noise filters on our artwork to smooth our print and reduce its pixelation. But my students keep asking me, is it possible to prevent the future pixelation before we start to create the print, basically on the scanning stage? Well, it's not possible for 100%, but today we will see what we can do about it. So, the rule number 1, try to do your best while you are scanning. Please don't rush. Remember, every minute you spend while you're scanning may save you some hours when you do color separation. So, open your scanning application. Put your fabric on a glass face down. One little trick: don't cover the fabric with the print cover. Put a piece of cardboard on the top of fabric and then close the cover. And have two pieces of cardboard, the white one and the black one. When you scan the light fabric, use the white cardboard. When you scan the dark fabric, use the black one. Why? Because it will help eliminating the tiny gaps between fabric threads. We are using the reflecting scanning method. So when you scan in the light fabric, the gaps are appearing darker. The white cardboard helps masking them. When you are scanning the dark fabric, the gaps are appearing lighter. So again, we are masking them with the dark cardboard. If you have a very advanced printer, you may not need a white cardboard because a printer cover is actually white. But believe me, this additional tool helps you stretching out the fabric and place it properly, so you just need a little practice. Another important moment, the scanner setting. I'm not going to teach you how to scan, for sure you know how to do this. But let's highlight some main steps. The resolution. Be sure the resolution is the same as we're using for our design. If all our design is 300, so the scanner resolution is 300 also. Pay attention at the adjustment. Unsharp mask is on. The screening is on. Dust removal is on. These three parameters allow you to decrease the grain right during the scanning. Try to play with color restoration and backlight correction. Sometimes it helps you to enhance some colors, but it's not necessary to use these two options every time. Now your image is scanned successfully. Let's see what else we can do to make our life easy when we proceed with color reduction. Look at the image I've just scanned. Let's try to do quick rough color reduction. Image mode indexed color. Put some random number but higher than maximum. You remember our maximum is 12. So let's put 20. Even though this option is rough, we can see the problem which can definitely put us into the trouble. These vertical lines. Where they came from? Step back, it's a fabric weave. Sometimes the weave is very pronouncing, so if we scan with the high quality, we will get the weave texture on our image. Can we get rid of it? Let's try. Go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur. In the window, choose the blur direction perpendicular to the weave. Our weave is vertical, so we are choosing the angle 0, which means the horizontal direction. And the distance. Well, here we have to be careful. The big high distance is eliminating the texture, but adding the blurriness. Let's end up with 2. Try again. Image mode indexed color, 20. Look, no lines at all. Again, the option is very rough. The print still needs work, but at least all design is kind of even, no lines. Now we can add some diffusion, maybe 25 to make edges softer. Then we can follow my lesson number 3 and number 4, how to do color reduction in Photoshop. This option is very helpful for twill. Look at this scan. Image mode indexed color. See, these diagonal lines is what I hate a lot. Even though the vertical lines may look like some eye-cut variation, the diagonal lines look unprofessional no matter what. But now we know how to fix it. Step back. Filter, blur, motion blur. Twill usually has 45 degrees direction, so our motion blur will be minus 45. However, you can move your cursor around to catch the better angle. You can do this visually, just don't forget to click preview. What about the distance? Well, I think 8 is enough. Now, image mode indexed color, play with diffusion, see, much better. By the way, I think the diffusion option is necessary for almost all watercolor prints. If you forget how to use diffusion and other neither options, please see again my lesson number 4, how to do color reduction in Photoshop, part 2, watercolor. What else we can do to reduce the graininess, even if the weave texture is not very pronounced? Here I have another scan. If we decide to start reduction without any filtering, we will get the problem right away. Honestly, for me, it will take forever. So let's remember our favorite smoothing filter from the lesson number 25, how to use noise Photoshop filters in textile design. We can go one by one. Filter, noise, despeckle. It's already better. We can try one more time. See, our life already is becoming much easier. Step back, filter, noise, dust and scratches. Play with both parameters. See, it works also. Filter, noise, median. Let's try a bit higher number, 4. Well, we add a lot of blurriness, but believe it or not, for some prints with a strong watercolor effect, it may work perfectly. Image mode, indexed color. Play with diffusion. See, it's a good start, isn't it? Now, the last one from this group, noise, reduce noise. Play with sliders, reduce sharpen details. Honestly, it's not my favorite. Too many parameters. But what I like about it, this box, remove JPEG artifact. It allows us making each color more even monochromatics. Look at the background. See some pink highlights? With the box checked, they disappear. One more idea. I don't use it often, but it's just good to know. Go back, filter, pixelate, face. See, it's smoothed out texture a bit, but I think it works mostly on this small area and not for such intense texture level. So go back. Now, you can ask me, does it make any sense to combine several filters before color reduction? The answer is yes, absolutely. Let's try filter, noise, despeckle. Why we start with this one? Because it's the easiest. I always start with this one. See, we don't have to play with any parameters. This filter is just applying automatically. And you know what? Sometimes it's enough to just apply it several times. Look, Ctrl F again. Actually, it's almost ready for color separation. But what else we can do? Don't you think these diagonal grains still bothering us? Go filter, blur, motion blur, 45 degrees. Because it's blurry already, put low number, maybe 6. Now something else. What about dust and scratches? Radius is 3 and threshold is 3 also. We can go on, even return to the specs again, but I think I like it already. Let's try just simple exercise. Image mode, indexed color, diffusion 50, colors, let's put 18 for the beginning. Wow, it's almost done. Assuming that the ground has to be solid, we have just 3 unwanted colors. We can eliminate them easily. My lesson number 3 and number 4, how to do colors reduction in Photoshop. And finally,
To be sure we don't waste our time, open the original file, do the same. Image mode indexed color, diffusion 50, colors 18. So, do you see the difference? Imagine how much time you will need if you start your color reduction without all these manipulations.
So now you know how to use noise filters to reduce scan grains and smooth the fabric texture to speed our color reduction process. Next time we will continue to talk about Photoshop filters. Please subscribe to my channel, like it if you still didn't, and please don't forget to check your bell. See you soon.